ep9 with you guys here on Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I do have confirmation that that is what this is. However, between last episode and now, there's been some slightly problematic developments that ended up happening. We had a thunderstorm come through and it corrupted my entire console. If I can, I will upload a couple of the videos off my phone that I took that night while the power was out, and I'll show you guys. But yeah, my console ended up all being corrupted. I had to delete and reinstall everything. It took me like 2 days to back up all of my, or re-download all of the backed up data for the games that I play. But I ended up in a situation where we had some stuff that I kind of was upset about losing. So as you can see in the top right corner, it says CMS 2018 promo. That is the name of my save game. That name gives you, well, actually here I can, no, I don't want to do that. I can show you. New game, all lowercase. And now we can accept it. Go new game, and we'll go normal without tutorial, like my previous save game was. And I'll show you what this save game nickname does. Sadly, you can't change it back, so you're kind of stuck with what you've done. There's been a slight trade-off with stuff that ended up happening with the save game because of what this nickname does. It's a promo code, which should be obvious by the fact it's 2018 promo. But either way, it's a promo code that gives you quote-unquote max level and max money. It gives you 504,000, not max money. Max money's 999,000 or something along those lines. It's what you get when you're in Sandbox, and it gives you max level, quote unquote max level. So you get all 45 skill points that you need to level your game back up. Which you can do. You can go through, do all the levels, and it'll expand your garage. I did everything because I had the levels to do so, so why not, right? Return without saving. That way I know what save game I'm on. Because one will say continue and one will not. But as I'm sure you noticed, Stuntman 1912 was there. That's a level 1 profile, and I was not willing to start off at level 1 again after having grinded through to, I think it was like level 25 when the power went out on me. So me personally, I'm not comfortable starting right from level 1. My save game data wasn't backed up for this account, so I lost my save game data for that. I was just going to start off with a new account, then a friend of mine pointed these out to me, so I used the one that gave me quote unquote max level, max money. I was informed ahead of time that it only gave me 504,000, so I spent that. I kind of probably went a little overboard with how much I spent. The trade-off I did was I finished restoring my Mustang. I went out and found another one of those. Ended up costing me 40 grand, but I found one. Rebuilt it 100%, which you can see over here. As you can see, it is 100% spec. It's also got a custom transmission in it, which I didn't realize you could buy, which allows you to tune. I've got a bit of tuning that needs to be done still, but I think it was 4th to 5th I was still unhappy with. 220 to 300, 170. We're gonna try and make these all nice and easy shifts. We'll shift at 386 to allow us to shift there and shift there. I can add more gears if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but as you can see, we've only got $991. So we're gonna have to get some jobs in here, but the current issue I'm in is I don't have any space for anything to do anything. I could sell the Mustang as it'll be worth the most. Yeah, it's worth $68,000 actually. I think it was like $36,000 I paid for it at an auction. It was in this kind of condition. Me and my intelligence went and sold all the parts I pulled off at that thing to try and pick up those 265 55 R15s that are sitting on the back of that car right now. So I'm gonna try and strip down this engine and repair what I can, and what I can't I'll just get left. Essentially my plan here is to make the car run and then sell it. Oh sweet, it's even got both the clips on the cap and rotor. That's good. Because right now I could sell this car, I'd be at a loss for the $16,000 I paid for it. Ish. But I'm not doing that. That car, my plans are to restore it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it from there. I might sell it, I might not. That is not where I wanted that. Move to Bay 2, thank you. So we actually need to, as I bought this from an auction, make sure there is no fluids. Good. Then I guess the next step would be pull the drive shaft, transmission, and pull the engine. I'm gonna have to buy a starter. I might be able to actually fix some of this stuff. But yeah, no, the thunderstorm came through, power went out. Next day I turned on my console and discovered that it needed to do a system wipe and restore. Which sucked because that meant I had to sit there and do nothing for several hours while this thing did what it needed to. We're gonna recharge that. And then we're gonna strip down this engine and then repair it. Flip on its side. At least 90% of it's here. All the plugs are there, so that means all the the plug wires are there, so all the spark plugs are in there. Everything's on the front of the engine. The only thing that I might be missing is a tappet here. And we got to tap it on this side, and probably one or two on this side. Oh, just one. So I'm missing 2 rockers, a head cover, and essentially that's it. Nice thing about this save game is I've got a high repair skill. See, right now I could go and repair some of the suspension parts in this thing, as I've got some tie rods, I've got some bushings, I've got stuff like that. I could repair some of it. But as this thing is just going to be a quick flip, I'm going to do as little as possible. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to repair half of this stuff. I'm just going to pull off what I can. Maybe repair the heads. Yeah, we'll pull the heads off and everything off the front, and we'll repair that, as that's probably going to be the almost the maximum of what I can afford. I guess the first thing we should do is buy some head covers for this OHV. I pressed space, it didn't put it there. One of those, and one of those. One carb, air filter. Actually, we gotta go back to V8. OHV has, there is a specific filter for this engine that is required. What's funny about spark plugs is you can actually repair them. Little known fact about them, but you can. I mean, if you know anything about mechanics, you know you can repair them, but if you're not a guy that pays attention to stuff like that, like just saving money, you can blow past that chunk of knowledge and not even know it. Depending on the condition of the spark plug, you can actually make it usable again. Not really known, but it is the thing you can do. So no, I'm not going to be able to repair any of these rockers or the push rods. I'm just going to buy 2 push rods and, or 2 rockers, and then throw them in here. Comically enough, when I was rebuilding that engine, I bought 16 rockers, and I actually didn't need 16 of them. So I had extras. I also wasn't paying attention to the amount of money I had when I did up the car. I actually wanted to paint the rims chrome. As you can see, that worked out beautiful. But what I essentially did was I traded the level that I'm currently sitting at in this save for essentially all the cars that I had, none of the parts, and because yeah, if I go into here, you'll notice another thing that comes with this save. All of the barn find maps, I traded my level and a lot of the stuff that I had, like aftermarket parts like this transmission for instance, for all of the maps and very little aftermarket parts. This is just stuff I bought to work on rebuilding things. I could technically sell all of this. Not going to, but I could. And then I bought this car, while trying to blow the 500 and some odd $1,000, which I ended up doing thanks to the assistance of this thing. I'll show you what that is in a minute, once this thing's dealt with. Ah, shite. I don't know what all just broke there, but yep. Just hoping it isn't anything over $87 that broke. Okay, it was just the power steam pump. And the water pump. What do I have for water pump on this thing? It's a performance one, isn't it? Nope, it's just the regular water pump. Okay, well on that note then, I missed out on putting a performance part on this, and we're gonna take that off. And go put it on this engine, because I don't want to be selling a vehicle with a shot water pump. Yeah, that's just a factory spec part. Yeah, I wasn't even able to fix that. Which again is a part I could go steal off the Mustang, but not going to. I could have put that belt in there. Again, choosing not to. So I managed to repair both the heads. Good. I think the intake broke when I was fixing it, didn't it? No, the intake was fixed. Good. Because the more stuff like this that fixes, the more the car is worth. Not all too worried about value of the car at this point, as much as at least making more than I've got into the car. Which I paid $16,000 for that specific car. It was like, yeah, it was like $17,000. The car was worth $15,000 at the auction. I paid 16 or 17,000 for it. So right now I'm sitting at $1,000 to $2,000 profit on the car with the way the engine was. See, now there's another thing I could do. I could replace the clutch and stuff on it. Not going to, because I literally can't afford it. I wonder if the RX-7 runs a V8 starter. Let's go find out. Is it? It is! Okay, then up the RX-7 goes. Can't believe this is the thing I'm doing, but gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I ain't stealing no push rods or anything from it, because that's not gonna happen. Just for the sheer fact of, well, it's a rotary engine. They call it a one rotor engine, but that's a two rotor engine. How I know that is we got rotor housing 1 right here, iron, rotor housing 2, iron 2, and then front of the engine. This is a 2-rotor block, which I might actually be able to show you by doing this. Yeah, see, here you can actually see the separations. You've got front iron, or cylinder, I guess you call that. I'm not an expert on rotors. I know this is I know these are irons. Here, here, and here. Then you got your rotor housings, which is what the game calls them. It doesn't actually call these what a lot of the rotary community calls them. But in behind these, or in under these, is your... Actually, I might be able to show you. If I can select something on this side. There you go. There's your rotor. You've got your irons here, and then you got your rotor here, which we are currently inside of. And then there'll be another one here. Yeah, there's rotor 2 right here. Rotor 1 right here where my screen is currently is actually the crank. I did take the starter off, right? Yes, good. Okay, this can come back down then. But yeah, some minor knowledge for you there that I learned while watching YouTube, comically enough. Not watching YouTube on this game. It was actually a guy who stuffed a rotary engine into a Corvette and then took said Corvette to LS something. It's a event down in the States that they were doing somewhere. He stuffed a stock rotary engine into a Corvette in one weekend. It was either one weekend or 1 week, and then drove it to... I can't remember what the exact name of the event is. It was like LS something. That much I do know. But it's actually pretty cool. Buy 2 of those. I don't know if I have enough for plugs, but if I do, I will buy some plugs. Stick the valve cover on. I kind of wish you could paint these things. I'd probably paint the heads chrome and paint the rest of the block red. Let's see if I can afford 8 plugs. A sight I will probably see again. Having to minorly restore a vehicle like this just to try and make a little meat. Shut up, I can hear you. I know what you're snickering about. Hop that back over. Where is it? There it is. How much is a fuel filter? 30 bucks. Let's see if we can pull this off then. Nope, don't want to sell that. Okay. Very minor restoration. Car. Current value is 11,000. Let's see how much one of these rads is. $127. Missing a headlight just like my other one, which FYI I did end up selling before, well, the game decided to, or I guess it's more the power decided to than more than it is the game decided. Game didn't exactly get much of a choice in the matter. Okay, that's essentially everything fixed on this car. Back down. Ayah! We're gonna just make it one press from all the way up is all the way back down, rather than having to hold the stupid button. Car current value 22,000, so I'm coming up on top. Put into garage bay 1 and good to know. One can start it from the other side of the vehicle. If you're wondering why we're going back under here, there is no person that plays this game that can't say they forget these. Not one person. I forget them all the time. We're going to take the passenger seat. Ah, it's actually labeled as the front right seat. Oh no, I can put it in the front left. Okay, that's good. Now it's got a front left seat instead of a front right. I guess realistically it's not that hard to change that around. But there we go. Now to go put my Mustang back together. Oh. I thought you could get aftermarket water pumps. Guess not. You can get fuel pumps and power steering pumps, but not water pumps. Makes sense. Not really, but whatever. Now, V8 OHV, there it is. Yeah, on this car, everything is 100% in it now. Everything. Minus the front and rear plates, but... it's saying something about the body condition for some reason. Don't know why. We're gonna pick up 2 of those and we're gonna customize it. Damn! $1,700 for 2 bloody license plates? Y'all are insane down there. That the license plate seriously brings down the global. Wow. If I were to sell this car, I'd sell it for $81,000. Not going to, as again, dream car. As to that thing, it can, well, it can go to where this thing is coming from. Not going to look at what this thing with quotation marks there actually is. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to actually lower it all the way down to the ground. Like that. To the parking garage. Now, to what this is. The car that is supposed to be like a Dodge Viper. Which for some reason has Lamborghini taillights. Not going to discuss that. But, yeah. Pretty sick looking car. This is the engine that it's rocking. I might stick the supercharged version of this thing in here. Cause, I mean, Viper. It's gotta be. And this thing is in really good condition. No wonder it cost me so much. This car was valued at $169,000. I got it for $162,000. This car took a lot of the money I had when I got it. We are going to go take it to the abandoned airport because we can. "20 minutes, so I am..." Oh, there's no oil in the engine. So you allowed me to start it for what reason? I mean, I guess technically you could start a car with no oil, but still, that is tremendously wrong. 2, 1, stop. Okay. 4 seconds after it drops down a little bit like that is when you want to stop putting oil. Because immediately after 4 seconds it starts overflowing. You use it there 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, overflowing. Like it is instant. But yeah, this video is only going to be an hour or so long. I think it's like an hour and 5 minutes ish. Because I had it going for a couple minutes before I pressed start on the timer. Not even touching the steering. the brakes on that one side are bad. I think I've only got front right brakes. But we're gonna... I guess I've got 2 sitting in my garage. We'll pull in a job. Hopefully a quick, easy job, because I wasn't expecting that rebuild of that engine to take as much time of the stream as it did. I guess this here is actually what took most of the time, but still. You guys get the point. Actually, we're gonna have to move this before we can do anything. We'll stick it over in bay 3 for now. Let's see, we do not have any driveline jobs. Well, then on that note, we're not going to do this mission part. I mean, technically I could take you guys out in the Mustang instead. I mean, I need to make sure that gearing is correct now anyways, so... Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll head back to the garage and I will end it there. Sorry, I've been kind of lacking on the streams over the past couple days. I've been, as I said, yesterday and, well, most of yesterday and almost the entirety of the day before, I was reinstalling everything on my console, so, well, reinstalling and then re-updating. I had to factory reset the PS4 and then reinstall the updates for that, and then reinstall the entirety of the game, or entirety of all the games, and then boot those up and let the games that needed to install. There's a method to this madness. And it works every time. There it is. Heat up the tires. Yep. Start. Keep it. First time I've done that successfully, let alone at high speeds. I was trying to get 300 out of it, but it's not going to give it to me. I think it might be because I had the shift lines too close. Nope. kind of wish I could stiffen up the suspension a little bit, because I don't know if it's just me, but that back left or that back right seems a lot softer than the back left. Squished. Shit, it just hopped off the ground. Yeah, almost completely hides the tire compared to barely even squishes. Also, for those of you playing on console, don't expect to see the DLCs for this game anytime soon. Seen a guy on Facebook share some messages between them and one of the game devs, and it states that due to some unforeseen problems in something, they won't be able to do it. It doesn't say they won't be able to do it for a little while, it just says they won't be able to do it. A lot of people are taking that as they won't be able to give us the DLCs for this game at all. Which, if that's the case, they have just killed their game on the consoles that they just released it on. Let alone not giving us mod support, that'll piss off a lot of console players. That's why Farm Sim is relatively doing okay in retrospect. They gave the console community access to some of the mods that PC has. Not all of them, not even close to the same amounts. Actually, it's kind of disappointing. But either way, we won't be seeing them for quite some time from the sounds of it. So, there's that. A person I'm game sharing games with actually pre-ordered Borderlands 3. So if you guys are at all interested in seeing that on the channel, I'll be able to cover it when he actually receives the game on his pre-order date. So I can start covering that. I'll throw up a couple episodes of it when we first start playing it. So if you guys are interested in it, let me know by watching the video or liking and commenting on the video, whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys can let me know in the comments of this video as well what games you'd like me to play more on the channel that I have, or even games you'd like me to play in the future that I don't have. I can download, or I can look them up, see how much they are, see if they're a game that I'd like playing. Because I'm not going to go out and spend 60, 70 bucks on a game that I'm not going to enjoy playing myself. But yeah, let me know. I will catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed.